Hello, everybody. This is Old Buck Dave with our first episode of 2022. And to start off 2022, we have another extra special episode with my grandsons who are here to visit us over the holidays. First, we're going to talk to 7-year-old Gabriel, who's going to be 8 pretty soon, next month. And then we'll talk to his 5-year-old brother, Grayson. So, everybody, this is Gabriel. Say hi to everybody, Gabriel.
Hi.
Tell me what's going on in Nashville where you came from.
Well, we left on Christmas, and we came to your house to stay for a couple weeks, and, well, not a week. We're leaving on Sunday. And, well, we had lots of fun doing stuff like kayaking, playing chess. We also had fun going to the beach and playing koosh. It's a popular beach game that we like to play. And, well, my mom has already left because she has to go back to work, but we'll see her on Sunday. But right now we're glad that we're having fun in Florida.
Tell me some of the other stuff that you did. I think, didn't we go out in a boat one day?
Actually, it was today, and we spotted 3 gators and 2 turtles, and we went under a big bridge. It was cool.
So, what kind of craft were you navigating with?
A kayak.
You like doing kayaking?
Yeah, it's fun. It's very fun.
What about the other day when we went out on a boat with Captain Jared? Do you remember that?
I do, and it was very fun because we caught lots of fish, and then we also had a really good dinner.
Boy, that was great. Do you remember the names of the fish we caught?
Mostly sheep's head. Yeah, I know, weird name. And we also caught a snapper.
They were delicious, and your dad prepared them for us that night for dinner. Man, that was like the best fish ever, wasn't it?
I think the pelicans liked it too. The pelicans were like, "Give me that! Give me that! No, it's mine!" They were very greedy.
So you talked about chess there. You mentioned playing chess. So when did you and your brother learn to play chess?
At my friend Andrew's house. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, we were watching TV, and then Andrew's like, "How about we teach you chess?" And I was like, "Sure, I haven't played it, but I've played checkers, and it's not really much like checkers, except you have secret weapons, for those who don't know chess." Well, you didn't know chess, and Abba didn't know chess either.
That's correct. You and your brother Grayson tried to teach us how to play chess, with mixed results, I believe. Do you remember what Grayson said about Abba when he tried to teach her?
She was a bad student.
She was a bad student. She was hard to teach. I don't think I was a very good student either, Gabe. That's pretty amazing, though, that you guys both know chess. You knew the moves, and you knew when I was making a wrong move. So what else did we do here? Remember the spelling bee? How did we do on the spelling bee this year?
We did pretty good. Abba boosted us up to the genius level.
Yeah, Abba's she's the speller. She knows all those words in the spelling bee, the New York Times spelling bee. She's pretty good. And then we also did what on the New York Times? Crossword puzzle? How do we do on that?
Good sometimes. Well, we also did Sudoku, and Sudoku's fun. Abba said it's way easier than chess.
I think it is way easier than chess. So we showed you and your brother how to do Sudoku. After 2 days of easy Sudokus, you guys both said, "That's enough of that. We need to go to the tougher stuff."
Yeah, and we did good. Yeah. We also had fun playing chess because, well, it's kind of a fun game for me, and the people who like playing chess, it's fun for them too.
Tell us about some other stuff we did. What was your I know you got some great Christmas presents from Santa and from the family. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you got.
Well, my Uncle Chris gave me a drone. And yeah, that was cool. It's not like a spine drone. It can do trick flying. Spine drones can't do that. They just use cameras to look around and take videos.
Well, tell us some of the tricks that you learned to do with your drone.
It can flip, it can spin, it can go through chandeliers. I know because we did it last night in the house. We did it last night in the house.
Yeah, we did. We had a good time with the indoor drones here. It was pretty spectacular, actually. Drones buzzing all around, up and down, here and there, landing, taking off again, running up through the chandelier. That was pretty amazing. Uncle Chris picked out some good gifts there, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, how did you like it when I was flying the drone around your head?
That was kind of scary. I thought you would. I thought you might give me a haircut with it, but you didn't. You did well.
Did you think I would land on your head?
I did. I was wondering if you would land on my head.
How would you like that?
I probably wouldn't like that. I'd probably get a haircut when it landed. One spot in my head. I'd have 4 bald spots on my head. Do you think?
Well, Florida doesn't have really good boogie boarding waves, so we couldn't really, go boogie boarding, but you can float around. But I didn't do that. I went for a swim instead.
How was the swimming? How was the swimming this year?
It was kind of cold, but still very fun.
No sharks or anything in the waters?
Of course not. Sharks don't live in the Gulf of Mexico where it's very shallow.
Do you remember the day we went out fishing in the boat? Do you remember what Uncle Chris caught?
A shark. Yeah. Well, sharks kind of taste like scallops, and we didn't want scallops for dinner, and we already had plenty of fish for dinner, so we didn't need another shark. Well, it was a medium size, like I don't know, about 26 inches or so. Yeah, it was a big one.
That was tough. Uncle Chris had an amazingly tough time pulling that shark in. Of course, we didn't want to keep it anyway. Captain Jared said that we don't keep sharks, so we let it go. Wished it a happy journey, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, his name's not Captain Jared. We think he works for Captain Jared.
Well, you're correct there, sir. Yeah, it was actually turned out to be not Captain Jared, but his first mate. We never did learn what his name was, but he took us on a nice trip, didn't he? It was a nice day.
Yeah, it was. Well, at least we caught lots of fish for dinner on that boat trip. There's boat trips where you don't catch fish are no fun.
Well, tell us something else. Did any members of the family stay at home when you came to see us?
Clem the dog. She's our dog. She's black and she's very cute.
What kind of dog is Clem? And what's her full name? Clem's not her full name, is it?
No, her full name is Clementine, but we like to call her Clem. And she's not a greyhound, even though she's pretty tall. She's not a mastiff, even though she's pretty big, and she's definitely not a cheetah, even though she's pretty fast, but she's one of the rarest dogs in the United States. Well, there are only 3 Scottish Deerhounds in Nashville: Clem, Rossi, Tassie, and Will, and she is a Scottish Deerhound.
Yes, she is a Scottish Deerhound. You guys did a lot of work to pick out that breed of dog, and I'll tell you what, that was a great choice. I think you went to Kentucky to pick her up. Is that correct?
Yes, well, the Scottish Deerhound won the dog show, and Dad was like, "How about we get that dog?" So, and Mom looked up, and she found out how rare it is, and she thought Dad was just challenging her to find a Scottish Deerhound, but she did at Margaret and Chris's Scottish Deerhound farm.
And that was a big drive to Kentucky to go to the farm, right?
Yeah. It was pretty big. Clem didn't like it back either.
Well, she was still just a pup then. But boy, she's been growing so fast. She's growing faster than you guys. You guys are growing pretty fast. Do you remember how tall you were when we just measured you here?
Actually, I think it's coming back to me. I think it's 57 inches.
57 inches, that's right. That's pretty big for somebody in second grade. Your mom and dad are both tall. I think I got a hoopster here. What do you think? Do you like playing basketball?
Of course I do. It's one of my favorite sports. In fact, I go to the gym all the time to practice.
What other sports do you like?
I also like baseball, soccer. I don't like where you tackle in football, but I like playing touch football with my friends. Actually, for Christmas, I got a blue football.
Nice, nice. Tell me I know you're a big reader also, right? You like to read a lot of books? Tell us about some of the books you've read recently.
Well, I really like the My Weird School series. I like all of them. I like the My Weird School Days, My Weirder School, My Weirdest School, My Weirderest School. They're pretty funny. I like comedy books. They are about my favorite. I also like a book called Big Nate.
Big Nate. That's the same name as your dad, isn't it?
Yeah, my dad's name is Nate.
Well, tell us about Big Nate, the book.
Well, in the book, he goes to school, and he's not a really good student. His score that he mostly gets is a D minus.
Wow, so he's not somebody you really want to take after. He's not somebody you want to emulate, is he? He's kind of a wise guy, but he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny, and his friends sometimes prank him into comics. Like once Francis, that's Nate's friend, was like, "What do you want to change about New Year's?" And Nate was like, "It's just a dumb tradition." And Francis was like, "Well, most people will change something." And Nate was like, "Well, I don't know what to change." And Francis was like, "How about where you're standing?" And then Teddy shoveled a bunch of snow on him.
Oh man, that Big Nate, he's something else. What about your dad, Big Nate? What can you tell us about Big Nate, your dad?
We watched videos about him. Well, once he and Uncle Chris got a remote control car for Christmas. In a video, we saw it. I wasn't alive when he was about my age. Well, we saw it in a video because you took them on a computer and on a TV screen, and then you were videoing them on the TV. I like Mr. Mick, whatever his name is.
Oh, Mr. McNichols. Yeah, that was Uncle Chris's school play. He was the lead in that school play. He was Mr. McNichols, the mailman. What'd you think of that play?
It was pretty good. Well, we only saw parts that Mr. McNichols was in. Sometimes they were weird songs, and then we fast forward them and pretended they were doing it so fast.
Yeah, we made him look funny, didn't we? That was fun too. Just do it in a high speed. They were hopping around like bugs jumping around.
Yeah. Like crickets going boingity boingity boing boing boing, and they were like, oh, and well. Like we pretended like they were just going gum gum flum gum flap with their gums, and they were like, they were just doing the motions very fast, and then sometimes they ran in circles, and we thought they were race cars going in circles.
Oh man, that was amazing. Hey, what about your school? Tell us a little bit about your school. I know you go to kind of a really nice school in Nashville.
It's called Nashville Classical Charter School. I'm in second grade. My class is NCAT. Well, we name it after colleges.
So what college is your class?
NCAT, North Carolina A&T.
Oh, North Carolina A&T. Okay, tell me about some of the subjects that you're taking that you enjoy, or maybe not enjoy. I don't know.
I like math. I like most of the subjects. Sometimes the classes that I don't like are long classes.
Well, what would a long class be?
Sometimes the classes are long. In second grade, I really like math, but in kindergarten, I didn't like it that much.
So tell me about some of your best friends from school and outside of school.
Well, my best friend is Rooster Newman, and his mom actually works there. His name isn't actually Rooster. We like to call him that 'cause, don't ask me why, that's his nickname and he likes us calling him that. His real name is John Bell.
What about, who are your other buddies at school?
Grayson is one of my friends. Also, Julian. Bennett is one of my friends. He's funny.
So you have a funny friend. Is he funny like Big Nate?
Not that funny that he gets reset all the time.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Well, we call it reset, but it's actually called detention.
Detention is now called reset, huh? Anything else before we say goodbye? Or are we ready to say goodbye?
We spent some fun time at the house. We also watch He-Man, Masters of the Universe. We also got some presents. I finished reading the book called Claude. He's an evil alien warlord cat. It says it on the book, and he's a space kitty.
An evil alien space kitty. Wow, that's kind of as scary as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's not that cute either.
Okay. So what about your new house? I heard you moved into a new house. Is that true?
Of course. Well,
so how about you have a new bedroom in your house, right? Your house is all brand new and you have your own bedroom now. How do you like that?
A tornado wrecked it, so it's gone now, but they've rebuilt it in the exactly same location.
So that's nice to be able to stay in the same location because you're in a great neighborhood, aren't you? You got the big park right down the hill, lots of things to do.
We also like to run down the golf course hill and walk Clem. Well, at our Lillian house, Clem liked to walk to the nearby churchyard and romp around and play, but now she really likes to go to the dog park.
That's great. Well, listen, I think we're going to wrap it up here. It's been very interesting interviewing you, Mr. Gabriel, and I hope you'll come back and see us a lot more, and we'll do another interview with you next year. How would that be? So we'll start the next year off with you as well.
Good. Bye, and thanks if you were mentioned in this podcast.
Okay. Thanks very much, Gabriel. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now I'd like to introduce my other grandson. This is my grandson, Grayson.
Hi.
Well, it's good to have you here also, Grayson. You're going to tell me about some of the things you did this week while you were here with us?
Well, first I went to Mayaka Park and I saw some alligators and I climbed the tower.
Did you chase the gators or did they chase you?
They chased me.
Did any of them catch you?
No.
Oh, that's a relief. I guess that's why we're here talking, isn't it? Because you were successful in evading the gators?
What does that mean?
That means they couldn't catch you.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So what else did you do while you were here? Did you climb any other towers anywhere?
Yeah, I went to Benderson and climbed that tower. And I played on the playground and hiked a little bit.
Wow, you did that with your dad, huh? You gave me a break on that one. I didn't have to go tower climbing that day.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know about your chess. I found out that you're a spectacular chess player.
Yeah. I play a lot.
Who's your toughest opponent?
My brother Gabriel.
You can handle him pretty well, though, a lot of the times, I believe.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty even at chess.
Yes.
How'd you do against me? How do you think you'd do against me?
Pretty good.
I think you'd crush me.
Yeah.
You and your brother ganged up on me today. You guys really wiped me out, didn't you?
Yes.
What else can you tell us about some things you did in Florida here? How about...
I went swimming and, well...
Did you go to the beach at all?
Yeah, I went one time.
Well, tell me this. Tell me about some of your presents you got for Christmas.
Well, I got Koosh. I got some Lego sets.
What's your favorite present you got so far that you played with the most?
My drone.
How'd you like the drone?
It was pretty good.
What else you want to tell us here while we're relaxing on this fine afternoon?
I got a new dog like a few months ago. And, well, she's pretty funny. Her name is Clem. And I got a new bedroom, and it's pretty big. It has lots of games and books, and it has a car garage, too.
That sounds like a great bedroom. I think I've seen your bedroom once. It's really nice. Is that like a bunk bed you have?
Yeah, I sleep at the top.
Nobody sleeps on the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's only there to play with.
Oh, so you play on the bottom. You play on the bottom bunk and you sleep on the top bunk.
Yes, I also play on the top bunk.
How about some reading? You doing any good reading? Finding any good books?
Yeah,
Tell us about some of the books you've read recently.
well, I've read lots of good books. I've read Richard Scarry. I've read The Lollipop Monster. I've read Piggy and Gerald.
Those all sound like winners to me. And you've watched some videos. Your dad let you watch some videos here.
Yeah, they're mostly on YouTube.
Oh, tell me about what you watch on YouTube. I think you were watching something about black holes.
Yeah, space videos, How Ridiculous, Spider-Man, Batman.
Wow, you got them all covered, I'll tell you. What's your favorite video to watch?
How Ridiculous.
What happens on How Ridiculous? What do they do there?
They like crushing stuff.
What about Please Pass the Pepper?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, those videos and cat videos.
Those are all pretty good too. Everybody likes cat videos, I know that.
Yeah,
What's that out there?
a squirrel.
We got a squirrel trying to get in on our podcast. That's not right.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell everybody out there?
Tomorrow I'm leaving at 6:30. And, well, I also got some other presents that are pretty good. And, well, I got a new car garage. It has different tracks the car can go on. One is like a loops, and another is, well, it tries to jump a piece and land into the bucket. And another one, it goes through a tunnel, and then it goes a little more back the other way and stops. And the other one, and the last one is pretty boring. All it is just straight and then stop.
Oh, that does sound boring. You're not into boring stuff anymore, I can tell.
Yeah, there are 4 tracks it can go on.
Wow, that's great. What about the marble race? That's a present from last year, I believe, but that's still a favorite, isn't it?
Yep, I keep it in my room. Well, not really in my room. In a basket out of my room.
Does your dog play with that at all?
No.
What's your dog play with?
Her toys, and she got some new toys for Christmas and some biscuits.
Ooh, biscuits. Did you try the biscuits at all?
No.
Is there anything else you want to say before we say goodbye? I sure had a great time with you guys being here for a week. This was a fun week. We did lots of stuff. Went lots of places. Had a nice dinner last night, didn't we? Do you remember where we ate last night?
We ate at Seafood Shack.
That's right, Seafood Shack. I didn't remember the name myself.
And we also went to a restaurant. And after the restaurant, we did putt-putt. Well, the last hole was pretty hard. Well, there was water flowing through.
But did you, I think you scored pretty well on hole number 12. Do you remember your score on that hole?
1.
A hole in one.
A hole in one.
That was pretty spectacular. I think that was the only hole in one scored that night.
Yeah, my mom got at least 2 or 3.
Did you teach Abba how to play chess?
Yeah, she was a pretty bad student.
Pretty bad student.
Well, also at the restaurant, I had mac and cheese. It was very cheesy.
Ooh, that's what you want in mac and cheese, right? You want some cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did you have? Did you have some fish?
My brother caught fish on his fishing trip.
You helped eat them.
Yeah, the fish was pretty good. Very good, actually.
Very good, actually. I would agree with that. Okay, I think it's probably time to say goodbye. This was a nice, interesting interview with you. That's the second time we've interviewed you, and you've done a sparkling job both times. So I'm going to say Happy New Year, Grayson, and we'll see you in 2022.
Yes. Bye.
Bye-bye.